Have you ever looked at your dog and just wondered what in the world is going on in that furry little head? I mean, their behaviors can be so heartwarming, sometimes absolutely hilarious, and other times, well, just plain bizarre. Today, we're going to decode some of their most mysterious actions.
You know the scene, right? They find the absolute perfect spot. They do their business, and then they launch into this furious, dirt-kicking routine, sending grass and soil flying everywhere. What is that all about?
And then there's that moment. The one that makes every single dog owner cringe just a little bit. A new guest arrives, and your dog decides the best, most appropriate greeting is a very, personal sniff. It's awkward for sure, but believe it or not, there's a really surprising reason behind it.
See, your dog is talking to you all the time. They're just not using words. They have this whole secret language, and today, we're going to translate it. And I promise it's going to change the way you see your best friend forever. And hey, if you want to get even better at understanding your dog, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Love Dogs.
Okay, first up, let's decode some of the most misunderstood social signals. These aren't just random quirks, you guys. They're a really complex form of communication.
Let's start with mounting. Most people see this and immediately think it's something sexual, but honestly, in most cases, it has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's actually a way for a dog to release all this pent-up energy. So if your dog gets overstimulated by guests or maybe some loud noises, they're not trying to be inappropriate, they're just saying, wow, this is a lot for me to handle right now.
So what about that dirt kicking? Well, it's definitely not them trying to bury their business. Think of it more like broadcasting. When they kick like that, they're actually activating these special glands in their paws. This leaves behind a chemical signature, a powerful scent message that travels way farther than urine alone. It's them shouting to every other dog, I was here.
Have you ever noticed your dog sitting with their back to you? It might feel like they're giving you the cold shoulder, but it is the exact opposite. In the animal kingdom, turning your back on someone means you're making yourself vulnerable. So when your dog does this to you, they are giving you the ultimate compliment. They're saying, I trust you completely. I know you've got my back, so I can just relax and help watch over us.
All right, next, let's explore the language of affection. It's not always about licks and tail wags. Sometimes their love is shown in much subtler and even deeper ways.
You know that gentle nudge with their nose, or when they lean their whole body against you? That is pure instinctual affection. That simple contact actually activates their calming system, it reduces stress, and it makes your bond so much stronger. And by rubbing on you, they're also leaving behind pheromones, literally marking you as part of their family. It's their way of saying, you are mine and I am yours.
And when your dog brings you their favorite slobbery toy, it's so much more than just a request to play. In a pack, sharing your most valuable stuff is a sign of absolute trust. They are offering you their most prized possession, which shows you that you are a core member of their pack. What an honor.
And what about when your dog decides your feet are the absolute best seat in the house? Forget everything you've heard about dominance. This is really a mix of them protecting you, seeking security, and just reinforcing their bond with you. They feel safe, and by making that physical contact, they're essentially giving you a full-body canine hug.
You know, a lot of the things our dogs do today, they don't really make a ton of sense in a modern home. But these behaviors were absolutely essential for survival for their wild ancestors. Let's look at some of these ancient echoes.
The pre-sleep spin cycle. Why on earth do they circle and circle before they finally plop down? Well, this behavior is a direct link to their past. Their ancestors would spin around to flatten tall grass, creating a comfy bed, but also checking for snakes or other dangers. So, even on a soft carpet, that instinct to build a safe, invisible nest is still there.
Okay, this one drives us all crazy, right? You give them a bath, and the very first thing they do is find the smelliest thing in the park and just roll in it. It's frustrating, yes, but it's not mischief. Their wolf ancestors did this to camouflage their own scent for hunting, or to bring back important scent information to the pack. Your dog is basically just an ancient information gatherer living in a modern world.
All right, we've arrived at the behavior that inspired this entire explainer. It's time to talk about your dog's most incredible superpower, their sense of smell, and how one, let's say, rude habit could actually save a life. So let's go back to that deeply, deeply uncomfortable moment. Your dog, nose first, investigating a guest. We have all been there. What is really going on?
Well, the main reason is just biology. That area of the body is super rich with apocrine glands, which release pheromones. These chemical signals are packed with information.
For a dog, sniffing them is like quickly scanning your ID card to learn your age, your gender, and even what kind of mood you're in. It's just how they say hello.
But there's another layer to this, and this is where it gets truly incredible. Sometimes that powerful nose is picking up on something that no human could possibly detect.
You see, diseases like certain cancers or diabetes actually alter our body's chemistry. These changes, while totally invisible to us, produce a unique scent. And a dog's nose is so ridiculously sensitive, it can detect these microscopic changes. So if your dog is suddenly and intensely focused on sniffing a particular part of your body or a guest's, and they just will not stop, don't just dismiss it as bad manners. Pay attention. There are thousands of documented cases where this exact behavior led to an early diagnosis of a serious illness. They're not trying to be rude. They might just be trying to save you.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? First, your dog is always communicating with you. Every single action has a meaning. Second, their behaviors are this fascinating mix of social language, deep affection, and echoes from their wild past. And finally, the more you learn to translate their language, the deeper and more meaningful your bond is going to become.
I just love this quote because it perfectly captures that unique connection we share with them, right? They may not use words, but their understanding of us is often more profound than any humans.
And hopefully, after today's explainer, you can understand them just a little bit better too. You now have some of the keys to unlock their secret language.
We have really only just scratched the surface of the canine mind. To unlock even more of their secrets and build an even stronger bond with your best friend, make sure you subscribe to the Love Dogs channel. Thanks so much for watching.